In this video, I'll be explaining how you can start flipping iPhones and make at least $50 per sale. So first, you want to head to a marketplace like Facebook Marketplace. Now you can see a bunch of iPhones listed. Go through and see which one's underpriced. Right here, I see this one that says $150. Look through it, see if it's good enough. Here I see it has a cracked back, so for you guys who are just starting off, I want to advise you to go with ones that are cracked or damaged. We're actually looking for perfect condition iPhones that are underpriced. We want to be looking for iPhones that don't really have a problem. Right here, I see an iPhone 12, 330. That's not a good price to look at. Keep going, because most of the iPhone 12s go for about 300. So this is actually overpriced. Go all the way down. We see this one over here. This looks like a good one. It's an iPhone 11, $400. So you can look through and you see, oh, no crack, no damage. Go to the description, try to see if there's more you can get from this. So it says iPhone 11, 64 gigabytes. Phone only as is, no charger, asking $100. This is a really good deal in my opinion. So if you see this, don't hesitate and just go pick it up, because this is a really good deal. A phone like this should probably sell for around $200 Canadian. I normally list them starting at $250. You might be able to sell it at $250. Here you're guaranteed to make at least $100 in this sale. As a beginner phone flipper, you want to be looking for about $50 per sale. So try not to be greedy and go for phones around that price. So here we can also see this is an iPhone 12. Has a cracked screen protector. The screen probably is not cracked, and this one just has a cracked screen protector. Good battery health, 87%. And we can see 128 gigs. These ones actually sell for around $350, $320. He's listing at 300. You can just message him, let him know, or you can offer 250. Most times they'll buy it and say yes. I've always had success offering about $50 less than the asking price, so that shouldn't be a problem. So the key thing here is to look for underpriced iPhones in good condition. So keep searching in different marketplaces. I'm sure you find deals that are underpriced. So for example, let's say you see an iPhone that's listed for $300, which is the regular selling price in the marketplace. You can always offer $250, and most people will sell that to you at $250. So once you get this phone at $250, you can flip it real quick for $300, which gives you $50. So for example, let's say you do this every day, $50 a day. In a month, we'll say it's about 30 days in a month. That gives you about $1,500 a month. You make about $1,500 using the strategy. For most people, this might not be a lot of money, but for most beginners, this is probably something you don't normally get on a regular day. So this might be good for you. So next, I'm going to show you things to look for before buying a phone. So here I have an iPhone 12. It's in pretty good condition. Not the best condition. It has a little mark over here. It's a dent. I don't worry about things like this, but you can use things like this to cut the price down when you meet the seller. Most times that won't be a problem. You take out another $10 to $20 for that, they might be okay with it. So we can look around, you inspect, you look around the phone, see if it's in pretty good condition. If you see a little bit of scratch, that's not always a problem, but you want to make sure there's no crack. So any little crack drops the value of the phone, and you don't want to be dealing with those phones. So when checking an iPhone, first thing you want to do is see if all the buttons work. Check the side button, silent button, volume up, volume down. Make sure the power button works. Also, you want to check the camera, back camera, make sure it works, make sure front camera works. Also, you want to go to the settings app. This is the most important part. You want to make sure it's not signed into anyone's iCloud, because if it's signed to their iCloud, you can't use the phone. So you want to look up here and see where it says sign in to access your iCloud data. If you see that someone's Apple ID signed into this, you don't want to be buying this, because this will be a phone you can't use or resell. So next, you want to go and see if Wi-Fi works. You see a bunch of networks that show up. That shows that Wi-Fi connects. You go back, go to general, go to about, see the details of the phone. You want to see, oh, it's an iPhone 12 or whatever iPhone you get in. You want to see the capacity. What it says is 128. And here's an important one. You want to make sure you see carrier lock says no SIM restriction. If you see it says SIM restriction, that means it's probably going to be locked to a SIM card or a network. So you want to make sure it says no SIM restrictions. And now we'll go back. Next thing we want to check is the battery health. So we go to battery, see where it says battery health and charging, hit that. It's going to tell you the max capacity of the battery. So mine is 86%. Normally you want to look for anything above 85 should be a good battery. If it's below 85, it's going to be harder to sell for the price. So you want to make sure it's above 85. So next important thing you want to check is Face ID. We're going to go down to Face ID, set up Face ID, get started, and look to see that Face ID actually works. You can also test the charging port to see if it works. If you have a charging cable, just connect it and test it out to see it works. One final thing you want to check is the screen to make sure the touch works. So to do that, I normally hold an app and I go around it and make sure every part connects. If the app leaves my finger, that means there's a part that doesn't work. And if all that works, means you should be ready to buy this phone. So after you buy the phone, now you'll be ready to list it. You go back to a marketplace, which is where I normally recommend. Most people use eBay, but I recommend you go back to a marketplace, which should be easier to sell. So let's say you got this iPhone 12 for about $250. You want to list it on marketplace for $300. Or you can go up to we'll say about $320. Because most people always want to price you down because everyone wants a good deal. So $320, once you get someone who says $300, take the deal. Sometimes you might find people who might just offer you $320 right away, which means you make about $70 for this. So you keep repeating the strategy. Some sales you might get more than 50, some sales you might get exactly 50, but that should be the step that should get you started in your flipping journey. There you have it. Now you should be able to make $50 per sale flipping phones. I want you to remember, like anything, starting will feel uncomfortable, but the more you keep doing it, the better you get at it. So be patient and keep pushing. Also, if you have any questions or you're struggling to start this strategy, feel free to write in the comments and I'll get back to you. If you'd like to see more content like this, subscribe and hit the notification bell because I'll be posting more phone flipping videos. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.